Hello friends, welcome to Daring Marina YouTube channel. Today we will be discussing about the reason for crankcase explosion. So let's discuss about this topic in detail. So what are the reason for crankcase explosion? An overheated bearing or hot spot causes oil droplets to evaporate inside a crankcase, leading to the formation of oil mist. An overheated bearing or hot spot, causes oil droplets to evaporate inside a crankcase. That means overheated bearing or hot spot will cause oil droplet to evaporate inside a crankcase, leading to formation of an oil mist. Okay. Higher concentration of oil mist causes crankcase explosion. The higher concentration of this oil mist causes crankcase explosion. Means overheated bearing or hot spot causes droplets to evaporate inside the crankcase, leading to the formation of oil mist. Higher concentration of this oil mist causes crankcase explosion. Oil mist detector or OMD senses oil mist concentration inside crankcase of all unit. This oil mist detector or OMD senses oil mist concentration inside crankcase of all unit. Okay. Here what we are discussing about overheated bearing or hot spot causes oil to get evaporated inside the crankcase, leading to the formation of oil mist. Higher concentration of this oil mist causes crankcase explosion. Oil mist detector or OMD senses oil mist concentration inside crankcase of all the unit. Here we can say picture of an oil mist detector. Here they will sense oil mist concentration of all the unit. Here there are 6 units there. They will detect concentration of oil mist concentration of all the 6 units in a periodic manner. If concentration of mist increases in any unit above the limit, it will activate an alarm. Means if the concentration of oil mist increases above a particular limit, an alarm will activate. When you hear the alarm, reduce the speed of engine to dead slow. We have to reduce the speed of engine to dead slow. Ensure that alarm is not false. We have to check the trueness of the alarm. Note that unit in which mist concentration has gone up. We have to clearly note that which unit has the oil mist concentration gone up. Request permission from the bridge to stop the engine. We have to request from the bridge to stop the engine. Stop the engine and fuel supply. Switch off auxiliary blower. Stop the engine and fuel supply. Switch off auxiliary blower. Okay. If the concentration of mist increases in any unit, then alarm will come. Then when you hear the alarm, reduce the speed of engine to dead slow. Ensure that we have to ensure that the alarm is not false. Note the unit in which concentration has been gone up. And we have to request permission from the bridge to stop the engine. Stop the engine and fuel supply. We have to stop the engine and fuel supply and switch off the auxiliary blower also. We have to keep lubricating oil pump and jacket cooling water pump should be running. We have to keep on giving lubricating oil pump and jacket cooling water pump should be running. We can open the skylight to ventilate the engine room and prepare for firefighting equipment. Open the skylight to ventilate the engine room and prepare for firefighting. Stop the lubricating oil circulating pump. Cut off starting air and engage turning gear. Stop the lubricating oil circulating pump. Cut off the starting air and engage turning gear. Okay. We can keep the lubricating oil pump and jacket cooling water pump running. We need to open the skylight to ventilate the engine room and prepare for the firefighting equipment. And stop the lubricating oil circulating pump and cut off starting air and engage the turning gear. Here we need to engage the turning gear. Okay, here we can see this turning gear at the bottom platform near the flywheel. Okay, 20 minutes after the engine has been stopped, open the crankcase door and inspect the unit indicated by the oil mist detector. After it is not that serious fire. After 20 minutes, then if the engine has stopped, then we can, if it is everything cooled down, we can open the crankcase door and inspect the unit indicated by the oil mist detector. While opening, stay clear of possible spurts of flame. We have to stay clear. We have to understand the safety first. So we have to stay clear of the possible spurts of flame. Maybe some spurt of flame will be there. Locate the hotspot using power lamp. We have to properly locate the hotspot using power lamp. Check the temperature of main bearing, piston rod, stuffing box, crosshead and telescopic pipes using remote handheld thermometer. By using remote handheld thermometer, we need to check the temperature of main bearing, piston rod, stuffing box, crosshead, telescopic pipe also. 20 minutes after the engine has been stopped, we can open the crankcase door and inspect the unit indicated by the oil mist detector. While opening, we have to stay clear of the possible spurts of flame and locate the hotspot using power lamps. We need to check the temperature of main bearing, piston rod, stuffing box, crosshead and telescopic pipe using remote handheld thermometer. Here it is handled thermometer. Here we can see that means piston rod, stuffing box, telescopic pipe, crossset, main bearing. We need to check all temperature. Then we have to look for squeezed out bearing metal and discoloration caused by the heat, such as blistered paint, burnt oil, or oxidized steel. We have to look out the squeezed out bearing metal and discoloration caused by the heat, such as blistered paint, burnt out oil, or oxidized steel. Prevent further hotspot by we have to prevent the further hotspot by permanent repairing. Start the circulating oil pump. Check the oil flow through all bearing. We need to start the oil circulating pump and check the oil through all bearing. Disengage the turning gear and start the engine. We have to disengage the turning gear and start the engine. Stop the engine after 15 minutes and inspect the crankcase. After this, stop the engine after 15 minutes and we have to inspect the crankcase. Run the engine for 1 hour and inspect the crankcase again. Run the engine on full load and inspect the crankcase to ensure that there is no hot spot. We have to do this clear procedure. But you have to look for squeeze out bearing metal and such as discoloration caused by heat, such as blistered paint, burnout oil, or oxidized steel, and prevent further hotspot by permanent repair. Start the circulating oil pump. Check the oil through all the bearing. Disengage the turning gear and start the engine. Stop the engine after 15 minutes and inspect the crankcase. Run the engine for 1 hour and inspect the crankcase again, and run the engine on full load and inspect the crankcase to ensure that there is no hot spot for permanently. Thank you. This is how we need to do inspection of the crankcase exposure.